everyone, welcome to WagerTalk. I am Minty, and I'm joined by Teddy Covers at Teddy_Covers on Twitter, and of course, the man Ralph Michaels at CalSportsLV. Give him a follow on Twitter. This Sunday, we've got the battle for the NFC, the Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. I love the Niners this week, and I loved them last week, but I thought the Vikings were a safer bet for the points. So I love them this week, and I think that they're just great on both sides of the ball. And I don't know, I can't see Green Bay playing as well against the Niners here. Ralph, can I get some of your thoughts?
Well, you know, a smart man, an old gray man sitting next to me said, Aaron Rodgers at points. You know, that seems the way to go. And, you know, it's always something you have to think about when you get Aaron Rodgers and points, where that backdoor potential is there. And
the king of Hail Marys.
We saw that, you know, he is still a very viable quarterback that makes great throws. But, you know, Teddy and I talked about this game on Sports Grid on WagerTalk TV earlier today. And I think we agreed, Teddy, that you know, the big difference is the coaching. You know, you look at Kyle Shanahan, and he's in his third year. He has a system that he knows with a quarterback he knows. Kyle Shanahan has a bit more experience. He got to the playoffs as the Atlanta OC. And just a little sidebar, when he was the Atlanta OC, Matt LaFleur was actually the Atlanta quarterback coach. So both coached there in 16 and 17. And in 15 and 16, excuse me, when Atlanta got there to the Super Bowl against New England and lost that game. But I do look at this game, and I think San Fran's D-line is the difference in the game. They had 5 sacks against Rodgers in game 1. I think that is a concern to Rodgers this game. I think going into the game, he knows he has to get rid of the ball quicker. I think that affects the play calling. You know, one thing I will note also with the coaching, third quarter, you know, I like looking at adjustments and what coaches do. San Francisco is actually the number 2 offensive team in the league in the third quarter, averaging 7.2 points per game coming out of the break, making those adjustments and playing that well. So, you know, Green Bay, final note, minus 34 yards per game on the road. Wow. That is my big concern. Okay. Going on the road with the San Francisco defense after proving you went to the road without being very productive.
Tedders.
Okay. Lots of stats. And there's all kinds of stats that are going to tell you that the Packers aren't as good as their record and the 49ers are this juggernaut. And you look at the first meeting, and the first meeting, look, the game hinged on 2 plays. Aaron Rodgers fumbled very early, deep in his own territory. San Fran touchdown. Niners are playing with a lead.
Let me jump in there. And you and I both know with a lot of football, the way a game starts, it really can slide that way. It can snowball.
Sure.
So I agree with you with that the game was not as bad as it dictated because it just snowballed in the wrong direction.
Well, we don't know. I mean, yeah, and then Aaron Jones got stuffed on a 4th and 1, and then the route was on. So I don't want to overreact to that first meeting. We know that Shanahan has had success against Pat's defense, you know, multiple times. And we saw, when Green Bay played Atlanta, was a 44-21 in the NFC Championship game the year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. It was pretty easy for Atlanta that day against that Packers D. But I'm seeing these stats, Green Bay 4.7 yards per carry against the run. I'm not buying that stat. I watched the Packers defense. It's a good defense, okay? And San Fran's got a good defense too. It dominated the game last week. But it all comes back, for me, it all comes back to the very first thing that came out of your mouth, Ralph. Aaron Rodgers plus points against Jimmy Garoppolo. I got to be interested in that side. I have to. Jimmy G last week, 11 of 19 for $131. All right. He's getting Garoppolo's success this year is largely scheme-related and run-related. The run's been so good, and the schemes have been so good that he's been able to find open receivers. If the running game doesn't work quite as well, or he's playing a coach that's intimately familiar with what he wants to do, maybe the receivers don't scheme open as well. And 7.5 points in a game like this, to me, feels like a mountain. Yeah, I like the Packers.
Let me ask you this. First half line, you can get 4.5 with Green Bay. Any favorite there between the first half or taking the 7.5 for the game?
I'd rather have the full game.
Okay.
Because I want Aaron Rodgers
The garbage
in the fourth
time.
quarter.
Okay.
Well, it's not about the back door. It's about the fourth quarter. You know?
Understand? Yeah.
And honestly,
Well, they're going to be behind because I told you they're going to be behind, so therefore it's the back door. The great thing about Teddy and I, you tell Teddy that this paper's white, and he's going to argue that it's not. So.
well, look, it's got all that blue writing on it. Or is it purple? Yeah, white-ish.
Thanks, guys. All right, this week only get 7 days of all access service from your favorite capper at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. A 7-day package normally sells for $119, but when you use coupon code VIP79 at checkout, you'll get 7 days for just $79. That's every play in all sports for $79. This includes all 5% plays that sell for $40 by themselves. Please hurry, as this is a limited time offer.